Right, so I'm going to take you through a whistle-stop tour of bullet journaling. So it's often referred to as bujo, and it's a flexible way of personally organising things. So it's like a diary, a planner, to-do list, habit tracker in a single place, in a single notebook. So bullet journaling really is just designing your own method of recording stuff. So instead of using like a pre-printed planner that you can buy off the shelf, you design your pages. So you set up your own structure and your own content according to your own needs, and you get creative and you personalize it. So I bullet journal, and Ome and Millie bullet journal, my daughters, and I'll give you an example shortly of some of Ome's bullet journaling. We don't really follow this format. This format that I'm showing you is if you're really, if you're going to be really strict and follow the proper bullet journal guidelines. So you have an index. You typically will create a future log where you can put your long-term goals, your appointments, events. Then you have a monthly one, which is more honed in, tasks, goals, etc. A daily log where you can put down your daily tasks, your daily appointments and notes. And then a rapid system where you use bullets for tasks and circles for events. And then you can have collections. So you might want to have mood boards or meal planners, or have a collection for a specific project. Like we might have a collection for the Wellbeings podcast, something like that. For me, bullet journaling, not in this way, the accurate, the proper way of doing it. The way that I developed for myself on the principles of bullet journaling was huge in my own personal growth, in regards to getting my mind organized. And when I started to do it, I was saying to Ome this morning that it took a lot of work for me to accept that I'm going to sit here and I'm going to use stencils and I'm going to doodle and I'm going to draw pictures and I'm going to put stickers on, when I could write a list in 5 minutes. Something that I could do in 5 minutes, I'm going to make into this big, massive task. But similar to what we were just talking about, Victoria, in terms of the nervous system, the creative side of it helped to calm my nervous system, and it created a change in my mind, in my brain, about sitting down and planning, and turned it into something that I look forward to, and that was relaxing, rather than something that I ran from and was stressful. So I use a lot of stickers. I use washi stickers, which you can just order online. And again, Victoria and I had a conversation about this before, actually, on school. I use stencils so that my words look really neat. And then here's some examples of what Ome's done. So a bullet journal will have lots of dots on it. So you either use a plain paper pad, or you use a pad that's got lots of little dots on. And the reason for that is because you can draw grids. It helps you to design your page more. So this is a page that Ome's done for some of her crochet designs. So there's a combination on here of stickers, hand drawn pictures with felt tip pens, different colors, sketches. And this is an example of one that she did for her revision 2024, so that would have been for her mock exams. So she's created tick boxes, checklists, as you can see, done her own tick boxes, color coded them, discipline, personal goals. And what we found in using these methods is it makes your notes easier to revisit as well. This is something that I've talked to Synthonia about before, is that I realized a while ago that black pen or blue pen on white paper doesn't do anything for me. And if I have to revisit notes that look like that, it's really boring. I end up just staring at the page. So why bullet journaling works for me and works for my daughters, because we're all creative, is that I like revisiting my notes when I do things like this. I've only shared Ome's because hers is neater than mine. My pages are a bit wild to say the least. So Ome's got really neat handwriting and really beautiful drawings and everything. Mine look a bit crazy, but it does make me revisit, and I keep hold of the journals and I go back. So I think I've probably been doing it for about 5 years, and I've kind of taken a break from it, but the session that we did with Amara around journaling reminded me of the power of journaling. And then doing this today, preparing this presentation, Ome was like, I haven't done this for a while. I'm gonna have to start doing this again. But I love it. It helps me order my mind way better than just writing a list with a blue pen on a lined page. They're notes that I would take and I never look at again. Whereas something like this, I do go back to it. So just to summarize, use a plain or dotted page journal. Get creative. You know, you can do whatever you want. So if you wanted to take photographs and print them off and stick them in, or, you know, if you're designing clothes or something and you want to get a swab of fabric and staple that in or glue that in, there's no rules to it. And that actually kind of crosses over a bit into junk journaling. I don't know if you've heard of junk journaling, but it's a similar thing. But you get little bits of items that you find that would normally go in the bin, and you journal them, you stick them in a pad, and you create beautiful things with it. Use colored pens, crayons, paint. If you're anything like me, again, I like texture. So I like to use crayons, pencil crayons. I like to use like children's wax crayons, and I like to use felt tip pens as well. Stickers, doodles, stencils, whatever. And it should be, as it is for us, it should be something that you look forward to, and then while you're sitting down and you're doing the process, it's relaxing. So yeah, that's the quick intro to bullet journaling. So are there any questions? And I hope that's useful.